I asked you guys what updates you want Bloxburg to add in summer, and there were a lot of really good replies. So today, I'm going over 20 updates that Bloxburg players want in summer. Before the video starts, I want to mention that I have an Instagram account, and you should go follow. I post cool pictures like this one, and you don't want to miss out. Anyways, let's start off with the first update. In June of 2023, we got the Celebration of Summer Festival, and it was a really nice update, but other than exploring the location and watching it blow up Bloxy burgers, it wasn't very interactive. So this year, it would be cool if the location came back with daily quests. It would be similar to the elf hunt, but instead you would get a few quests per day, and you could complete them for cool prizes, such as cash or Bloxbucks. Some examples are finding hidden objects around the map and helping NPCs complete tasks. Doing this would bring the community together and give everyone a reason to log on. Another location that could get added is a water park. Since we already have water slides and pools in Bloxburg, I doubt it would be very difficult to make. A lot of people have been asking for working roller coasters, so the location could also be a theme park instead. This park could have rides, bumper cars, and even those rigged carnival games that people spend tons of money on, but they would actually be possible. The beach is probably the first thing you think of when someone mentions summer, so improving the Bloxburg beach would be a perfect update. Some ideas are working waves, more sand, marine life in the water, and maybe even an island out in the middle of the ocean. Adding these details would make the beach area look a lot fuller, and it could even introduce some new activities, which leads us to the fourth update. Surfing on waves could be a really cool summer feature. It would definitely be difficult to make, but if the devs can pull it off, I bet everyone would spend their time surfing. Snorkeling would be a really cool activity if marine life was introduced because there would be new plants, coral, and fish to look at. And finally, jet skis and kayaks could be added because there is currently no water transportation other than driving your car into the ocean and getting stuck. Pools haven't really changed much since the release of Bloxburg, so making them more customizable would be a really nice feature. One example is adding the ability to make rounded edges so that you could create more unique shaped pools. Pool steps and railings could also be a nice detail. And best of all, having water features specifically for pools would be amazing, because right now you have to do this if you want to make a waterfall. The campsite is also something that hasn't really changed at all. Giving the campsite a refresh would give people a reason to travel all the way up to the corner of the map. Adding plants, bushes, rocks, a variety of trees, birds, and animals would definitely make the location more appealing. And to make the location more interactive, deployable tents could be added, and maybe even deployable fires that have to be stoked to keep them burning. The main point of Bloxburg is to build, so obviously we would need a few summer items. Some ideas I had were water guns, surfboards, wall-mounted anchors, wall-mounted fish, life jackets, beach bags, goggles, and bamboo umbrellas. There's also probably tons of other items I didn't mention, so if you can think of any, leave them down in the comments. The boardwalk has a ton of potential to become a more interactive location. If the boardwalk was extended or widened, small shops like fish markets or clothing stores could fill the space. These small shops could maybe even provide exclusive summer foods and items. The fishing hut and ice cream stand could get revamped with improved buildings and more detailed jobs. If the ocean was revamped, this update would fit it perfectly. I made this example for a previous video, but it suits the summer theme, so we're gonna use it again. Adding beach plots would be an amazing change from the plot locations we currently have. I know adding more plots would worsen Bloxburg's performance, so instead, we could just relocate already existing plots. These plots would encourage people to make beach houses, because you would be able to use the real beach instead of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on fake oceans. The giant seashell is a cool secret trophy that you can still get to this day, but other than that, there aren't really any other secret items, so I think randomly adding a secret item without announcing it in the update logs would be a fun surprise. New foods come with most Bloxburg updates, and I don't see why that would be any different for summer. Some ideas for new foods are shaved ice, grilled chicken, mangoes, dragon fruit, and different types of berries. This is a bit different from the updates we've been talking about because it's not really summer themed, but it would still be a really cool addition. Having functional electrical components would be amazing for unique builds. Here's a few examples I was thinking of. Buttons or pressure plates that can trigger events such as opening doors. The ability to automatically open and close doors through computers. Objects that can be locked with a passcode or a key. And finally, tripwires that will trigger an event once you walk past it. Adding these items would introduce a new style of Bloxburg builders. It would also make people create more advanced builds, such as puzzles. When you buy a cash vehicle in Bloxburg, you have to keep it on the plot you placed it on. If you want to move the vehicle to another plot, you have to sell it for a decreased amount, switch to the other plot, and spend more money to buy a new one. But if you have a Bloxburg car, you can just put it in your inventory and place it on a different plot for free. So I feel like it just makes sense to have this feature. Having the ability to open windows would be really nice, especially for beach homes. Just walk up to a window and click on it, and the window will give you the option to open. Ever since Bloxy Burgers got revamped, many people have wanted to see other jobs get revamped too. For example, the woodcutter and fishing jobs are both just clicking. So here's some ideas to improve them. As a woodcutter, once you chop a tree down, you have to bring the log to the sawmill so that it can get cut up. And for the fishing job, maybe you could have the ability to fish at certain spots for more valuable fish, put bait on your hook to attract fish, and have some kind of deposit location to drop off the fish that you caught. The more detailed jobs are, the more entertaining they get, and that means people will work longer, which results in more money. I've already talked about this roof in a previous video, but there were still so many replies asking for it. So let's talk about hollow gable roofs. If we had one in Bloxburg, we would have the ability to make lofts, attics, and those wooden beams that go across ceilings. I forgot what they're called. We already have a few hollow roofs, so I feel like a hollow gable roof wouldn't be too difficult to add. If you have ever placed a roof only to find out that it needs to be adjusted, so you have to delete it and replace it until it looks right, you'll probably appreciate this update. Adding some kind of edit tool where you can select already placed roofs and floors would make it so much easier to do micro adjustments. The parking garage does not really serve a purpose in the Bloxburg map, so to improve it, the building should provide some features. Maybe adding the ability to spawn your vehicles at the parking garage would improve it. When you're in full neighborhoods, you have to rely on pizza bikes and other players for transportation, so adding vehicle spawns would solve this problem. Or, here is an alternative. The parking garage is the most useless, wasteful, ugly Walmart parking lot sized building in the Bloxburg town, and the best solution is to remove this location and replace it with a building that has a purpose. Anyways. Susan has had to live with this furniture store since the release of Bloxburg, and at the beginning it was a really nice place to go and get furniture, but she's been trying to sell the same furniture for the past 7.5 years, and nobody wants to buy it anymore. To fix this, maybe Susan can start selling items that come out in new updates, as well as seasonal items that you can only get at certain times of the year. This would give people a better reason to go inside the store. And that was 20 updates that Bloxburg players want in summer. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're about to be at 115,000 subscribers, which means we're only 35,000 away from 150,000. So thank you, I really appreciate it. All of my socials are on the screen now if you want to follow. But that's it from me, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.